What's up, people? We're gonna get a small crew tonight. Well, I like your glasses, Alex. Fancy. Your mute's on. I can't hear you.
Thanks. I know. I realized it. I'm a little out of it. It's fine.
You're a little out of it. Tell me about it. How are we out of
Uh,
it?
I've been really feeling really well this week, and today I got sent home from work.
Ooh,
Um, and my supervisor told me with all the love and respect, which I really do believe him, he meant it. I looked rough.
I don't say you look rough. Your eyes just look a little like not as open as they normally are.
It was bad this morning. I like struggled and I got to work and I was like, I just want to know if I can work from home tomorrow afternoon. I have like something in the morning. And he's just like, do you need to be here today? And I'm like, well, yeah, I have things that need to get done. He's like, okay, whatever you need to get done here today, do it here and then go home after lunch and finish your day there. If you can, then just take the time off. And then tomorrow after your meeting, then just do the same and work from home the rest of the day.
So you've been resting.
Passed out on the couch, disconnected from the world. If I didn't have an alarm, I would not be here.
You put an alarm on
Yeah.
for this call. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I appreciate that. You made it out here. Is everybody else dying or is it just her? Amy, are we dying?
It's Maysember.
It's
Maysember is happening.
Maysember. What is the heck? What is that?
Maysember is like all the happenings that happen in December, but without like the goodness of Christmas being at the end. So it's like the 10,000 like requirements for school, like all the concerts, everything is just happening in May, and I'm wiped.
This sounds fun.
Oh, sure.
Sounds fun, not at all.
No,
Are you making time for you?
trying.
Trying. That's what matters. Let's see. Let's see how much time you made for yourself this week. I'm gonna pick on you. Don't pick on you. Hey, you hit some goals.
There's some there. I'm also dealing with some back stuff, so it's
Back stuff's no fun. Is that why you're doing yoga?
yep.
Smart. I was dealing with back stuff to start the week. A lot of back stuff. Cruise beds do not agree with Mr. Tom. My back stuff radiated into my the front of my quads, and it was a numbing, very uncomfortable feeling that made a 3 hour car ride an absolute nightmare the next day after vacation. So that was fun. Took the easy option sat Sunday and I laid on the couch and didn't do meal prep or any of that fun stuff that I always preach and get it out of the way. Did the laundry, vegged out, and was like, I'll just rest my legs and my back. That was not the right decision. So yeah, I was a bit of a train wreck myself, so I can feel. And that's kind of what I was going to chat about tonight a little bit, and then just open to work through anybody else's headaches of life. But just like I came back and during the show, I told myself don't text too many messages. Everybody knew I was gone, but I saw a lot of messages and just people was having a rough week. I guess Maysember's a thing, or the end of April is a nightmare for people, and a couple people that are on the call, a couple people that aren't, that just had a hurricane of life hit, and I think the term was reset. Somebody on here used, I need to hit the reset button and I need to get back on track and get my life in order. And that was Monday was kind of reset day for me. I attempted to go to the gym. It was not very pretty. I struggled through. I had sea legs still, and that was probably not the smartest way to work out with wobbly legs and swaying and swerving all over the place. But at least I got the body moving. Monday afternoon, got back on meal prep. It's like bad weeks happen, and it was very I don't know, very I had garage work to do Monday night. I had some stuff in the garage I had to take care of, And I was like, I'm not going to leave it. I'm just going to get this stuff out of the way because I've been procrastinating and I want to break down this damn box and get it out before the bulk pickup happens. So I said, I'll just throw on an audiobook. And when that happens, I need to make sure I select an audiobook before because I just grab like the first thing, and I listened to one just randomly. It was the first thing that came out. It was called Win the Day: 7 Daily Habits to Help You Stress Less and Accomplish More. Now, if you're looking for like an audiobook or a book to read, I will preface if you're not a religious person, it's probably not the best, because he does relate a lot of things to God and religion. But if that doesn't affect your enjoyment of the book, it's actually very good. If you are a religious person, you might love it even more. So I like to just let people know what they're in for before I read a book. But it was a lot of opened up, just talking about like New Year's resolutions and people setting goals and why New Year's resolutions are like just a terrible idea in general, why they never really stick, why they never really work. And it's because you have failed a year the second you drop the ball. You have failed on 365 days the second the ball drops, and Amy's been having a week. Alex is sick right now. I had sea legs and just trying to bounce back from vacation. So if I said, all right, I'm gonna start now for 365 days and I drop the damn ball tomorrow, no, got to reset. And it was just, opened up just talking about take every single day, break them up, and don't try to win a year. Just focus on winning the day and what that looks like, for you. Win today, win tomorrow. Just try to stack up individual wins and keep going and keep stacking them up. Then you miss one day, you get one L. You look at the whole week. Oh man, today sucked. Well, I had 6 wins this week. I had one loss. Not too bad. And a lot of it about not waiting until you're ready because you're going to wait the rest of your life to do things. Just perfect conditions just don't exist. Alex, did you work out today? Or you just been loafing?
No, today's been loafing. I got home at like 1 p.m. and I pretty much checked out until
I'm gonna allow it.
this call.
I'm gonna allow it.
I've been
You
pretty
have it.
active the rest of the week. I went to the gym Tuesday and then I went for a walk yesterday and I had like my bowling thing, so I was didn't go to the gym, but I was pretty active yesterday. And the past couple weeks I haven't gone to the gym, but I do like to meet the I can't believe this challenge isn't over yet. But to me, my challenge, I will go for like actual like actively like walk and like with the intention of like having the doing the physical activity, not just amassing the steps throughout the day, but like actually go and like walk a mile or two and like do it with the like conscientiously to like actually go for a walk. So I've been fairly active, but I had Tuesday was the first day I was back in the gym, and then today was the plan was to go, come home, get a little bit rest, and then go. And I sat on the couch and I was gone.
Sat on the couch and you're wrong. But you're feeling a little low. So, those days happen. It's about getting reset once you're feeling good and get back after it tomorrow. Maybe not
Yeah,
tomorrow.
my goal is since I'm leaving early tomorrow too, my goal is to go to the gym before I get home. Like leave work, try to even if I have to go like light with the weights or whatever, just get it out of the way so that once I'm home, I'm home.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't skip it.
Seize the day. Get after it early. Get after it early. Make it happen. And that was the win for me on Monday, where even though it was I think I won't call anybody out individually because private messages and stuff, but I did get a couple private messages last week where people are having weeks like this and happens to everybody. It was just like, oh, there's actually two of you I got messages from that were just having weeks. And the best thing even if like for me, even if it's not going to be the best workout, I knew Monday was gonna suck. My body was achy, my legs were killing me. I was just like not mentally there. But I said, let's just focus on getting back into the habit and getting my body moving because all I've been doing is laying on a lounge chair and dancing around for 6 days. Let's well, I should have opened with this other story. remind me to go back into the step challenge and my personal experience would happen. But yeah, I got moving Monday and then Tuesday, I think because I shook all that gunk out and I got all like the nasty, I felt on fire Tuesday. I felt so good and it was like fabulous. Like back in action and back moving and grooving. So hit the reset button. Resets don't have to happen on January 1st. They don't have to happen on the first of the month. They definitely don't have to happen on Monday. You could take a day, reset, breathe, and just get back into it. But procrastination is the killer. That will just, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Just reset, and get back into it. And then other notes I just took from this book because I'm actually really enjoying it. And I did not enjoy any of the books I read on my Kindle the entire trip. So that's a whole nother problem that I'm dealing with. But, what was my good one that I saw? Oh, you're so awesome at procrastinating. Don't tell me that. So I prioritize, I put a high priority on my health and fitness. And I know if I don't get that done early in the day, I know there's a lot of other things that I got going on. I know I'm not going at 7:30 after we get off of here. I know I've been running all day. Eat the frog. Tackle the most important task to you first. So find what means the most, get that done. That's why I'm like 5 a.m. Fantastic. I was so bummed today. I was so bummed going to sleep last night because I had to go do something very hard this morning and I wanted to start my day with a workout because that's important to me. And like I had to go fire somebody. I had to drive an hour and 15 minutes to go fire a person this morning. And that person was done working at 7:15 in the morning. So that meant I had to be out of the house at 6 a.m. and on the road, which meant to me, even if I got to the gym at 5, I would have maybe 45 minutes to shower and after and get on the road and turn around. I'm just like, I don't trust. No, by the time I settle into the gym, you don't start working out at 5 when they open then. Like I'm barely getting out of the locker room by 5:10. So I said, I guess I'll just sleep in for another 30 minutes and I'll go do this shitty thing to start my day. And I was like bummed out. I was like, I'm not gonna have time to get my workout in and take care of myself today. Rearrange some things, and I was able to make my way back after the that very awful meeting I got to have this morning with somebody and got to the gym, had another call. I said, I'll just take that in the lobby on my laptop out there and then work out then. I don't know if it was something. I'm a creature of habit. I'm a creature of habit. And I always talk about like fueling before workouts. I usually drink my protein drink with a little bit of carbs. I had a full-on meal in between, like when I got back from the bad thing, had to take another call. I had a little meal in between. I had the strongest workout. I don't know if it's because I recovered for a week on vacation or what, but I felt like absolutely. You want to come in here, Kota? Okay, but I got the doggy here. So I felt on fire and I was like, this was fantastic. Maybe sleeping in was a good thing. And I did the hardest, even though it wasn't the most important task to me, I did the hardest thing I had to do to that day. And I think getting that off my plate and off my chest was good. So stop procrastinating, Krista. You just stand up and start doing some squats right now.
I'm not allowed. I just got an injection in my knee.
Hey, did you have any good news?
Um, he's basically giving me the option what I want to do. So I'm not sure what I want to do. If I want to, I don't know if I want to do the injections because they're not going to last forever. And with my luck, they'll wear out just before wine and dine. So I'm not sure yet.
Did that was that the timeline? You'd be okay right after wine and dine?
If it lasts that long. So
Ah,
it's so variable. Yeah. So like basically toss a coin and go from there.
that is that is stressful. That is stressful.
There's worse things.
You know what? There are worse things. There are much worse things. Anybody else feel like they need a mental reset sometimes? Just me.
Yes.
Yes. Jenny, you need a elbow reset.
No, wrist, but or whatever, forearm.
Wrist. Um,
It's better. It's getting there. It's
it's getting
improving.
there.
Hmm.
Hey, you know what? I just realized I gave you planks.
I know. I told you. I answered or I put a little comment. I can't do planks yet. So
I I realized that the second I saw your name on here. I'm like, I gave her planks on today's.
I
And ever
just
since,
didn't do them. I did the rest of the workout, but I also ran today, so whatever. It's
how was the
okay.
run? Are they,
Good.
is your cardio coming back?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. Yeah. I'm running a half next weekend, so
You're crazy.
sorry I'm not on camera. I was driving and now I'm eating, so
I'd prefer you not on camera if you're driving. Eating's fine, but
okay.
is it something
Oh,
healthy?
it's Chipotle.
I just told her that we should just have Chipotle for dinner tonight. And I never say that.
I was on a time crunch, so
All right.
the summer challenge made me think, okay, Chipotle, that's a good idea.
Oh my God. It's funny because like this, I didn't do the meal prep this week that much. And I came home, we had like, I tell you, we talk about procrastination, Krista. We're driving home from South Florida, and you know, 95 to 192. It's not fun, right? It's not fun. We're coming all the way down 192, and we get 5 minutes from the house, and she's like, "Can we stop at Publix?" I was just ready to get home. I was so ready to walk through my door and plop down on the couch, even though it was a week of relaxation. And she's like, "I just got to get this out of the way." Happy for her, but I was ready to veg out, and I didn't grab a lot of stuff there, and I don't get me started. Publix is expensive and I refuse to shop there. Doggy, you're with me now. Come here. Trying to scratch the door and get out. But I grabbed a few little things, but my meal prep was awful this week. It was absolutely terrible. And then I realized we have plans. I did say I will reset that next week. Let me get focused on getting back in the gym. And I'm going to just recalculate because when I go away for a week, I kind of revamp my goals all the time. And I said, I'm going to recalculate my goals. I think I want to know where I want to go on my journey next. So did a little recalculation and I got to recalculate the calories next. Do not bark. I'm on a call. And I got to recalculate the calories, but I said, I'm going to get the food on track next week. I went from a nice 212 to a 220 on the cruise. Dude, that's Kristen making faces at me. Does that sound accurate? I didn't step on the scale on Monday either. 220 was Tuesday, so it might have been a little higher. So it happens, vacation bloat happens, and yeah, but diet's going back on track. So I ordered all the groceries because I love Wild Fork, $20 a year, and I get unlimited deliveries. So groceries will be back on track. But then I had the panic attack. I'm like, oh my God, we have something all day Saturday to do, and Sunday's Mother's Day. Thank you, no one, for reminding me that. Anyone have any ideas to send my mother something in Connecticut? Let me know. I will take that. But don't try to reset all things at once. That's the next phase of this. So for me, it was just getting back on track with my workouts. I knew if I said, all right, we've been on vacation for a week and had my birthday the week before, I need to do all of the things right this week. I need to get 8 hours of sleep because the scale went up by like 8 or 9 pounds. I need to sleep right. I need to get my diet right. I need to make sure I get my steps in. I need to make sure I get all my workouts in. I have to focus on all my work and get back on track and making sure you people are all feeling fantastic. I would have failed. So I said, all right, personal, working out, making sure my people are all good, getting back on track, getting everything in order. The diet can wait a little bit. We ordered Chipotle for dinner. We might have ordered tacos last night. I'm gonna grab this puppy. You come here. Come here. You're being crazy. We are not playing this game. Trying to run around the room. There we go. Scratching the door. But yeah, pick one thing. If you have completely fallen off track and you're like, I gotta reset and you're gonna wait till Monday or something, whether it's the workouts, start with the workouts and don't be crazy with it. Be like, all right, I got zero in the last 3 weeks. I'm gonna just try to get one or two in. One and two runs, one and one run, one, a run, a walk, and a stretch, like any combination, but do something that is within your current means. It would have been crazy for me to say, I'm going to come back and I'm just going to work out for 6 days straight and make it fantastic and eat perfect. If the nutrition's falling off, focus on maybe just the calorie goal for the first week. All right, I got my calories in. Good. Got them in. Did that consistently for a week. Rebuild the habit. All right, next up, I'm gonna focus on I got calories good. Let me focus on
The
making sure
hospital.
the hospital, sure. Mute. And then send her love. He's a boy. You sound like his grandpa. They thought you were a girl. Everybody thinks you're a girl. Everyone thinks he's a girl. It's okay. But yeah, focus on the protein second. All right, I got that down. Maybe adjust the carbs and the fats at that point. But perfection is shooting for perfection is 100% perfect way to fail. It just will very rarely happen this week. Next week is going to be focused after the nutrition, trying to make sure I sleep. I need to get 8 hours of sleep in. 'Cause I'm reading more and more about the health benefits. Everybody knows sleep is good for you, but I was listening to a podcast yesterday. Actually, no, it was at 7 o'clock this morning. That's how long the crazy day was. On my way to Mount Dora, I'm listening, and they were just talking about, they figured out the weight loss thing. Everybody was talking, what if there's a miracle drug for weight loss 10 years ago? They found it. Oh, send my mother love for Mother's Day. Oh my God. My brain is still not back in action, Jenny, since this cruise. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So hopefully I'm not rambling too much tonight. If I ramble, Alex will keep me back on track. We'll let her chime in. But man, say I lost my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. It happens. I'll get it back. Here, let's just swerve for a second until I get my train of thought back. You all are doing fantastic on the step challenge, right? Who's feeling like they're winning? Like they're doing fantastic, except Krista because she's shaking her head. If you're not on the camera, you say you're doing good. All right, we got one. Fantastic. I like it. Just one person. Good. I like it. There we go. The gens are doing good. The gens are doing good. So I thought I was doing good myself. I had a couple misses early on. And again, don't try to be perfect. Just try to get the work done and get it in and get moving. Those Friday post-work naps are really taking a hit on steps. I'll feel you on that. We got 2 days into the cruise. 2 days into the cruise, I was taking a shower and my lovely Amazon Apple Watch band decided it was going to just fall apart. And the band just completely broke. And I had no way to attach my watch to my wrist for the remainder of the week. So I had no way to track steps. Meanwhile, I'm dancing around. I'm walking all over the ship. I take the stairs everywhere. I try to avoid the elevators at all costs. And I'm taking the stairs, getting all my steps in, but I have no way of tracking it. And I started beating myself. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. I start a step challenge. I get people in on a step challenge and I can't even participate for the final week because I decided to break my watch. Wasn't pretty. I was not happy. But that was my little fun story of the week that happened to me. Yeah. I feel like I'm doing all the talking tonight. Somebody chime in. I missed y'all.
During COVID, when I used to work in an ICU, and during COVID, no one was allowed to wear a watch. Like technically, you're not actually supposed to wear one at all in an ICU, but like everyone did. But during COVID, it was like definitely totally banned. So everyone used to take their watches and tape them to their ankle.
Like prisoners?
So, no, yeah, kind of like a
What do you call that?
a ankle bracelet, like
Yeah.
for hope you can't leave your house. That I don't know. I don't know what they're actually called. I call them ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
But you could have taped it to your arm if you really wanted to, but I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, it was totally wasn't necessary. I was still moving, but it was just like the fact it just bothered me not to be able to track anything all week. It was just like one of those triggers where I'm like, this sucks. And I'm getting all these notifications that you all are getting your steps in. I'm like, here I am, not able to get my steps. And I was still moving. Why couldn't you wear a watch? That's a weird
It's
restriction.
like infection reasons, like because it can. Sorry, I have food in my mouth. It has, so it doesn't collect infection, on it. So you can't scrub it. That you have to, like, I had to scrub in and scrub out of the unit. So I guess the watch like was never technically clean enough for the purposes of harboring some infection.
All right. I got it. I got it. And then, that's an interesting one. But whatever they say. I dealt with Kim didn't work in the hospital at that time, but she worked with the COVID vaccine trials. So she was high risk for exposure. So everything was like, don't come near me when I get home. I got to shower and stay away. It was like panic tech. I ended up being the one who got it first. And yep, because that's how that works. But yeah, that's crazy. Jenny Earl, she's always just chiming in through the chat. Your husband challenged me to a push-up contest while I was on a freaking cruise.
He sure did. He's right here if you want to yell at him.
Did he know I was on vacation?
Yes.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
seen any videos yet.
I will get on that. I will get on that this weekend and I will let you know. But now that I'm getting my life back in order, thanks for doing that while I was on a cruise ship. Happy-
I'm still waiting for you to crush me with one hand. It's coming.
You're still waiting for me to run with you.
Well, that too. That's going to happen.
It's gonna happen. I'm good on my running, except for last week. I'll get back on track.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get there.
Thanks for the challenge.
I actually inspired people at work to go on lunchtime walks because of the walk challenge. Because I
Nice.
started going on walks during the last half hour, and other people want to come with me now. So we do lunchtime walks.
All right, now challenge over. Are you still gonna do your walks?
It's actually really nice to get out of the office for a little while. So I probably will.
That's it's brain reset.
Yes.
It's like I think more companies would just promote that. Like every time in my day, I will walk out and I'll take phone calls walking all the time. So it's just like, why not? If I had a treadmill in here, y'all would just see me walking all the time while I'm on here. It's better to move. I like that you did that. That's fun. Who is anybody else just going to drop the ball on steps now that that challenge is ending? I think Season's shaking her head in the background.
The amount of pacing I did around my house, like at 9:30 at night when I was desperate for bed but had to hit 10,000 steps, was ridiculous. So you may see about a 4,000 now an average drop.
Whoa, drop by 4,000?
Well, like 6,000 to 8,000 is what I'm going to be shooting for realistically. So I'm not like pacing,
8,000.
but realistically,
The very
I'm not going to
positive,
be. I'm not going to be pacing my house anymore late at night.
the very positive health benefits occur at that 8,000 mark. That's where they start seeing them. Diminishing returns is like 15K. We're like, now you're just trying too hard. Then another annoying thing about breaking my watch was, of course, on May 1st, if you're an Apple Watch person, I logged in to see what my next fitness challenge was. And it was to go 5.15 miles every day for 14 days of the month. Very accomplishable, even though I didn't get back until the 4th and get a new watch band on until the 5th. Still super achievable. But I was like, this would have been so easy to go 5.15 miles as I'm walking around this ship all darn day and walking around these ports. And of course, I had to break the watch. So now I'm behind. The watch challenges, while they mean nothing outside of being a completionist, I try to finish them. I try to finish them fast. I was like, okay, it's a 14 day. Can I get it done in 14? So this one kind of bummed me out that I wasn't gonna be able to make it. What should we do? Should I give you a break on a challenge or should we dive right into something else?
Let's do it. Let's do something.
Let's do it. Let's do something. Heather said, jump right in. She jump in season and came off mute and away from cooking to tell us to jump. You're making cake. Are you making cake? Cupcakes. I know that little squeezy toy. Yep. You're gonna make me want cake. I told myself I'm gonna eat right next week. Mother's Day coming. I thought about making my mom a card with one of those little where you put your hand on it and then draw it like little flowers. I thought she'd appreciate that. And then maybe I make one with Coda's hand. You want to do that? We'll make grandma that. What you doing? People watching. Crazy little dog. Crazy little dog. So that's what mama might get. Because she ain't getting it up in Connecticut by Sunday. I'll tell you that. That's not going to happen. Phone call will have to do and follow Jenny's lead and send her the love. Send her the love.
Or
So
you can order flowers to have them delivered.
look, that's a really good idea.
My mom's back in Canada, so I have to do things like that.
I have to sign it son because if I put Tom, that's my dad's name too, and he will just claim it. He's like, oh, see, I figured out the internet. I got this thing down. So many computer struggles, that one. What do you think would be a good next challenge? I was gonna say sleep because I think sleep is so important, but that's so hard to track and like honesty. I mean, most of it's honor system, but what's something you're struggling on that you're like, that's what I need to work on? Water, stay
Me?
hydrated. Everybody.
Oh, no,
Protein
I'm good with water.
consumption.
Protein consumption.
Yep.
Yep. Let me see, because while I was gone, they gave me a new toy on here. I want to see if it's got any good stuff. I got like a new habit tracker challenge option. We'll just look on Alex's daily habit, nutrition, eat protein. Huh. Oh man, it's a palm-sized protein that they built in here for me. Follow portion guides. Boom. You want protein? Protein? Anybody other voters for protein? I should just go and jack all your protein up tomorrow.
Sure.
You don't want protein. That's a struggle bus one for you. You could say it. Heather, I know you're on the golf course right now, so you're not going to chime in other than sending little messages here and there. I know Heather might be one of the easiest people I worked with one-on-one because she is a carnivore and also hunts. So protein is in what North Dakota is very that is a staple. So she never had a problem hitting her protein goals. Alex struggling with protein. All right. We'll go protein. We'll go protein. Think I can hit my protein goals every day? Oh
Yep.
my gosh. So I told you I wasn't going to figure out my numbers. Told you I wasn't going to figure out my numbers just yet and do my goals. But I'm going to go, we're going to figure this out and we're going to go protein. And I said I'm starting Monday. So you want to dive right in on Monday?
Sure.
Shit. Krista,
Me.
for some reason you always get stuck on the the sneak preview screen when I upload them to YouTube. It's either I get lucky and you're on a little late and I get this background. If you're on time, I get that background as three of the YouTube suggested backgrounds. And then maybe one of me like mid speech. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty for me. Yours look great, but I don't know, I feel bad putting you on YouTube all the time. I think I got you once because you were the all four options. Let's see. Now don't go off these numbers. I'm going to do a very quick math on mine. This was awkward typing this. That's the first time I've typed that in. I weighed, what did I say I was down to today? I took a picture.
220.
No, that was after.
Oh,
That's to 212. I was at 220. I was back down to 215 as of
Mm.
today. Water, bloat. What do we think I am? Do we think am I,
heavy.
you think I'm heavy? Heavy exercise? That should be fun. That's my calorie goal. 3,372.
Oh my God, you're overweight.
Who said that?
I did. Krista did.
Oh my God, because I got
I'm
this screen
kidding.
up. I couldn't see you for a second. I know see, look at that. My BMI says I'm overweight
So
and
stupid.
I am dangerous. I'm more than halfway over that too. So I'm getting close to obese. I like that you said that's so stupid. Could you imagine if I was 167 pounds?
Oh my gosh. Mm-mm.
You'd look like a string bean.
Uh, I mean, I would have to physically starve myself to get to that.
It's so outdated.
So I'm gonna refigure my numbers as a mix of these. I never, it's individualized to the person on these ones, but I am going to probably lean. I'm not going that low on the carbs. I'm not going that high on the fats. I am gonna go that high. Let's see. Fun fact. Oh man, it logged me out. Sign in. Don't look through. Oh, I missed two messages. Mr. Thomas. Judge. Yeah, I also trained myself in here. Oh, I'm at 2762 now. Let's just do what I would do. Run you through it all. 3372. That is going to be a lot. She's going to kill me. She'll say you're always eating. $30. I'm going to go right there. So that means my protein goal, 295 grams. That is going to be Season. What happened?
You saw your numbers.
Yeah, I thought I heard you wrong. I got the mixer going and I had to come and look at this. No, this
200
is too many grams.
It's too many grams.
Too many.
What did I just say? I put my weight in as 215. I think that's what it was. 215 times 1.2, because I'm going to be on the heavy end. I could probably come down towards 258, but I'm going to put we'll start there. Nope. I'm going to start there. And then halfway through, I'm going to bump up. I'm going to bump up. That's going to be the goal. There we go. Look, I don't even have MyFitnessPal connected on my own. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. I just look at both because I don't have to look at mine in there. All right, that's my goal. It's out there. I'm going to do. What's your biggest struggles when going for protein? And should I cover that more in depth next Thursday? Should I deep dive on just go back through on hitting protein goals?
I just struggle to find in order to get to my protein and not just eat just chicken and nothing else, my carbs and my fats tend to get affected. So I will go over, which then pushes my calorie intake over. where I should be.
Mhm.
And I don't like I'm not like the type of person that can eat like chicken and broccoli every day for like a week. I'll get bored so fast. I'll stop eating is my solution to that, which is also not healthy, but
All right.
uh,
So more options on. Could you eat chicken if it was prepared differently? Like you're probably not going to just want grilled chicken all week.
yeah, so that's what I try to do. I just try to make it differently and like have like different sides, but like my brain will still like I can trick it for a little bit, so to speak. So like I'll have like grilled chicken and like roasted veggies one day, and then I'll have um like I can do grilled chicken a couple days. I just have to change the sides and I can just like maybe try a different veggie. But after like 3 days, my body's like, okay, you've had chicken and veggies for 3 days in a row. Like I need something else. And so that's where I like if I can't find an alternative that fits, then I don't eat so that I don't go over. I know it's like my brain kind of goes full feast or famine, no pun intended. On it, like I can't. It's just really like I didn't really grow up with a healthy like relationship with food,
Yeah.
and like starting to count it all and like keep it balanced, but still like I enjoy food, so still being able to enjoy what I'm eating and not find it a chore, that's where my struggle comes in order to keep the balance between like calorie goals, macro goals, and like um the food quality and food nutrition. Um and I was doing really good with Green Chef for a while, with the like the meal box thing. And then they got stupid expensive and it's no longer in like the food budget to get the boxes. Because that helped with the variety. And then if I had a recipe I liked, I could then just go get the ingredients and do it myself. And I can select it for like low carb type stuff.
They always do that. They up the price on you. Like that's just so frustrating. I had a meal prep company back when I was, in the gyms more, running the gyms, and we worked with a meal prep company. We'd promote them in there, and part of the deal was I got, I think I got 16 meals a week from this company called Afterbody Meals, and it was like $40 for 16 meals. It was like stupid cheap. And then they were like, because we don't have a office over there anymore, it's costing a little more, and it jacked up to like $180. And they didn't even tell me till the day before the order process. So I was like, yep, you're on your own. It was so good having that variety of just pre-portioned, pre-packaged meals. And then I was able to kind of fill in the blanks. After that, it was like, all right, well, that got me to 20 or got me to like 90% of my protein goal. Well, I only have to figure out the last 10%. Everything's so easy. Do you have any meat you don't eat?
Uh, Fish, but it's, I got trauma from seafood. I got food poisoning from seafood 3 times when I was little. So we thought that I was allergic, but then I got tested and it's not. It's straight up just I got dealt all the shitty hands every time we ate seafood. So I have slowly started like integrating it back. So like, and I started with like all the like basic white girl stuff. So like sushi and like all the trendy foods just to kind of get back into it. But I'm still like I'll eat canned tuna is like the extent.
You will eat canned tuna,
Yes.
but that's boring as all hell.
Yeah. Like that really is the extent of like my seafood consumption on like a regular basis.
All right. I feel like beef is not a problem.
Oh no, love a good steak.
You love a good steak. I mean, but then the price ends up going up. I would look for leaner cuts of ground beef. So like maybe instead of because the fat content going up is the headache. Looking for like a 90/10 or I think they make 95/5, right? Looking for that like
93.
93/7. That's the other one. I prefer to get a lot of my fat content from beef because it's tends to be healthy fats in there and a lot of nutrients. So I tend to stick with the 90-10. The 85 gives me a little bit of acid reflux, but maybe trying that. Like, again, I was just listening to a podcast and some guys like, I just started putting the little shaker of taco seasoning into that, and it tastes like I'm eating just taco meat all the time. Just mixing that in. He's like, I just use, and that's it. He mixes it with rice. That's something you might, it's a little bit of variety, and you could prepare that. I used to just only prepare it as like burgers. I'm like, let me just make little patties. That'll get the job done. And then I saw taco, and now, okay, rice is the easiest thing to measure and track. So I'll just do my
I
rice.
mean, that's what I'll get like I've been getting the like leaner, but it's because it's mixed with something usually. So I've been making like fried rice at home, or it's like a ground beef dish. It's a Puerto Rican thing where you just like cook it on like on the pan with like veggies, like onions and peppers and whatever.
Y'all know how to eat.
And it's seasoned, and then just you eat that, like you put it over rice and you eat that. You just mix it together and eat that. So that's usually what I do. It's like my go-to easy meal because rice cooker on one end, it takes 3 minutes to cook beef in a pan.
It's so quick.
But it's I can't eat that for more than a couple days before I get bored and then it goes bad. So I have to make smaller portions.
Yeah, but I mean, takes 3 minutes to cook.
I know it does cook really fast, which is really, really nice.
So that makes your life a little simpler. I mean, egg whites, eggs, you got to watch because that's another one that just drives the fat content up. Like, you like eggs?
Yeah.
Fish is a hard one. If you don't eat fish, and fish is one that like you can't eat fish 5 days old. I can go like 4 days on turkey or chicken if it's in the fridge, but fish, no, hell no. I'm not, nope, that's not happening. So, watch out for that one.
Yeah, I forgot to cancel one of I do every plate and I just kind of like pick the lowest calorie, like higher protein meals. And I make substitutions at home as needed. Problem is that it leaves me with a lot of like stuff that is gonna go bad. Because I'll switch, like if it's anything that has tortillas, I'll switch it for the low carb tortillas. If it's
Smart.
anything that has like for whatever reason, they just, and I mean, I get it to a certain point, they just really love the use of butter and olive oil. And I do mean both in the same dish.
Well, who does?
Every plate, like
Every
every
day?
dish is like heat up oil in the pan to cook the meat. And then to make the sauce, you add like a tablespoon and a half of butter. I'm like, that's so much. So I'll try to change, like I'll do oil sprays instead and like
Yeah.
do a little less butter. So like my sauces are always a little bit drier. So I try to make substitutions where I can, but it's kind of hard then to have like a fridge full of, regular tortillas and rice and um like all the like extra stuff, like the higher carb stuff.
Those low carb tortillas are golden. Those are golden. I'm a huge fan of those. I used to do the ground beef and eggs as like a breakfast and put it in one of those low carb tortillas. Back when I was like working the night shift on the coaching side of things, and I was like, I go to the gym at 5 in the morning still. I'm home by 8 a.m. and I don't have to get to work till 4 o'clock to coach some classes. I would love going home, making breakfast and doing that, where it's just taco season is like ground beef style, throwing some eggs in there and just making it a burrito. That's the healthiest burrito you ever had. You throw some spinach in there too. Turkey's an option. You pull up. Let's do it. Let me pull up. Let's do 10 or 20. I guarantee we get something that no one eats on the regular here except maybe Heather. 20. Let's go 20. 20 high protein. Just for funsies right now. That called it. Heather on the nose. What do you think the number one of the top 20 on this random list I found on Men's Journal is? It's not something people eat regularly. Any guesses? Oh, Heather got it. Is it? I knew you would know. It is venison. It is venison. It's the one of the leanest game meat. You should sub in for beef every now and then. 1/6 the amount of saturated fat than beef does. More protein, vitamins, minerals per serving like iron, B6, niacin, and riboflavin. If you don't love the gaminess, use a citrus-based marinade to tone down the flavor. Heather, go try that citrus-based marinade. Like not something people eat on the regular. I do enjoy venison, but like not something I will ever be able to sell within these walls of my home. It's just not going to happen. Chicken breast, number 2. Turkey breast, normal. Yellowfin tuna. I don't know how that works because they say super popular in sushi, so you don't even have to cook it. Can I just go buy yellowfin tuna and eat it raw? I, Krista, I zoomed in on your face purposely as I said that because I know, Season, you could tell me, like, how do I make it taste like sushi tuna?
So depending on where you get it, the US regulations, at least last I checked, on sushi grade, like what they can call sushi grade, the regulations are pretty lenient. A
Oh,
lot
good.
of they will just have frozen it before, and then they can call it sushi grade. So that kills off some parasites. So if you buy some fresh tuna, freeze it, and then thaw it out and slice it, you're good. Do it. Whole Foods is good. Just buy their tuna.
Buy Whole Foods tuna.
Yeah, that's what we used to do when we'd have sushi classes and stuff.
All right. I might try this. Be husband of the year if I make good sushi one night. I'm gonna take a sushi class. Buffalo, I could have guessed that's on the list. Ground beef, number 6, 95% lean. Bison, anchovies, I recommended that to y'all before. Halibut, tilapia, lean ground turkey, tuna fish. Most things I would have told you, Alex, but I have round steak, shrimp. Do you eat shrimp, Alex?
Sometimes.
Shrimp,
It's the one that I've been like delving into more recently.
shrimp's a good one because it's super lean. I've recently started getting from that Wild Fork place. It's like super good price for shrimp. I'll get I'll get the bag and then I can't remember the seasoning I use, but it's literally like salt and like 2 other seasonings that I read off some recipe online. And it's a quick hit of protein and the fat content doesn't go out of control. And you can have that. I can have it with a rice bowl. I can have it on a skewer with veggies. Heather says so quick and easy. But I do it in the air fryer. You have an air fryer?
Yeah.
Air fryer should be your best friend. Like that's an easy one where you can have that bag frozen in there and just pump up the protein number and not have to worry about anything else getting out of order. Roast beef, mahi
Okay.
mahi. I like mahi mahi. Scallops, you probably could do the same thing with scallops.
Girl, no one can afford scallops in this household.
I don't eat scallops regularly. Are they expensive?
Uh, yeah, I mean, you ever try them? Well, I guess you just said you don't eat them, but like you go to a restaurant and they're like one of the most expensive dishes.
I don't think I've ever like even looked at scallops on a restaurant menu where I'm like, that's what I want. I go with shrimp. Try to find some shrimp. I'll dive more into the protein stuff next week. That means I might recalculate some goals on people, make you have to work for it. Beef jerky, get those chopsticks too. The chomps are good. And is your tattoo a French press or whatever that is?
Yeah.
How many times I've been on Zoom with you and I didn't even notice that there? And I finally honed in and I was like, I believe she has a French press tattoo.
I do.
You do?
I have matching tattoos with my best friend from childhood. It's that one.
Oh, but not your other best friend, Angela, who turned off her camera. She didn't want to be with us.
She doesn't like Angela doesn't like tattoos.
They're not for everybody.
Needles aren't my thing.
Oh, you came back to tell us.
No, I didn't realize it had turned it off. I was checking messages that had come through. So
Checking messages that have come through. You think you can hit your protein goal every day for 30 days?
Me?
Dude, you're the one on the camera right now.
I'm gonna go with probably not, but I'll give it a college try.
I'm gonna ramp yours up.
Oh, please don't. I'm already struggling to hit it. I'm drinking protein shakes and like all the things, and it's such a struggle.
The hard part for me, because I just bumped up that protein number again, is going to be I'm trying to drink less shakes. So, question, do you have to turn the bar yellow or hit it exactly? I think turn the bar yellow. Denise, yeah, we voted and we're going to go with the protein challenge for the next one. Hitting your protein goal. I lost my train. That has been happening to me this week. Like post vacation, I've got this like vacay brain. But yeah, we'll go for protein goal. And we'll start that on Monday, the 12th. And I just got to figure out how we're going to track it all. How to track it, how to share it and keep each other accountable and all that. But I got time. I got time this weekend to figure it out.
Whatever happened with the Fitness Pal thing? Is that
Trying to figure that out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Now with that, it's actually a platform-wide issue a lot of people are having. Now, there is one workaround, and I've been apprehensive to do this. I might test it on myself next week because I'm the biggest creature of habit. I have things I like the way they're done. There is an in-app tracker that you can use. There's hasn't been any issues with that.
I use the in-app tracker and I actually like it more than I like my Fitness Pal.
You like it better.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
mean, I had to
apprehensive
add some custom stuff because like the local, like small regional grocery store brands aren't in there, obviously, but I actually like it a lot better.
All right. So we have one already winning with it. I'm gonna test it out on myself, but if anybody else wants to test it out, it's like you're not stuck there. You can flip back and forth. That is another option until my Fitness Pal gets its act together. For some reason, they're not talking this week. Stressing me out. Stressing me out. I like when they talk. Got it. So Denise, what's your goal on the protein challenge? You gonna hit it every day?
I would like to. So the step challenge got me going. I got my steps in for that whole one freaking night I didn't get. I don't know if you saw it. I was so pissed. I was so mad. I literally was doing paperwork and I fell asleep sitting up. How I can do this, I don't know, but I fall asleep sitting up, typing my crap for my notes. And I woke up at like 10 of midnight and I had like a little over 1,000 steps to get. So I start walking paces inside in my house, back and forth, all over the place. And I'm looking at the time. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost midnight. And I like look down and it freaking like Cinderella strike midnight. I'm like, shit.
We
And I had like 240 steps I had to do yet. I was like, son of a bitch.
I still have to figure out the winner, but Angela was saying the same thing. She was like, I was just pacing my living room at the end of the night trying to get those last minute steps in. So if you watch the rest, you'll hear me bitch about my drama with the steps on what
Oh,
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not a long story. My watch broke. My watch band broke 2 days into my vacation, so I was not able to wear my watch or track my steps for the remainder. I have a new white watch band for $8 on Amazon that hopefully doesn't break. Yay.
So yeah, so I guess the whole point of that was like I felt like I got the step part in. So now like I feel like I just have to add one thing in like at a time. So like track like getting the food on target is like next. Like but yeah. I feel like I try to do all of it at once and then I'm like I succeed at nothing.
You should have been here earlier.
Really?
Luckily, I hit the record button. That's exactly what we talked about at the beginning.
Oh shit.
Exactly what we talked about at the beginning.
Oh, well, that's good. I'll listen to it.
Listen to it, watch it. I will upload it right now. Don't try to do all the things at once. Get a couple things right this week and just start stacking habits and adding a little more. Add a
Sounds
little
good.
more, add a little more. The rest of you, I will send the details as soon as I figure out how we're going to track this protein challenge. But yes, yellow does the trick, Heather. And I will figure out the winner on the step challenge as well in the next, hopefully, day. I miss most days, didn't want to aggravate the damn knee. Krista, you get a reprieve. You do not from the protein challenge. All right. All right. Send me any messages, anything y'all need, let me know. And I will chat with you. Well, I'll chat with you before Thursday. I'll give you all the details on the step challenge. Coda, though, needs a walk before the rain comes in. Say bye.
Hi, puppy.
Night, y'all.
Night.
Bye.